We are, wow, at the 7th stop in our grand tour. And this individual, I was told, created this club about 15 years ago. Richard Snyder created the club that's one of my husband's favorites. That's Debatable Toastmasters. Richard, share with us, please.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Our founder, Ralph Smedley, said that people learn best in times of enjoyment. And I would say that That's Debatable is a great representative of people having fun in times of enjoyment. As I was listening to the previous speakers, I heard a lot of people from clubs, advanced clubs or specialty clubs, that are in their first to third year. That's Debatable has stood the test of time. We're in our 16th year and serving District 12 and our members. In fact, when we formed 16 years ago, That's Debatable was only one of 2 or 3 Toastmaster debate clubs in the world. Today, there are close to 20. So we were one of the first in the world. We have a lot of fun. I like to think of Toastmaster debating as Toastmasters on steroids. We've all heard that Toastmasters teach us how to learn, think, and speak on our feet. Well, we do that all the time at That's Debatable. Tom has frequently said that one of the best ways to learn is to be prepared to debate on either side, and our members regularly do that. We give guests the opportunity of debating at every meeting, and it's amazing how well they do. They jump right in and do a great job, but we encourage our members to be prepared to debate either side. In fact, what we usually do at the beginning of the meeting, we ask for those who want to debate, and then we pick names from a hat, and that determines which side they're going to debate on, and also numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. We regularly have anywhere from 4 all the way to 10 debaters. And because we are a Toastmasters club, everyone who debates 3 to 5 minutes gets credit for a speech. We always have, in true Toastmasters tradition, we always have speakers, debaters. We always have table topics, which are related to our topic of the evening. And we always have evaluations. And speaking of topics, we have the very serious, timely topics, such as Supreme Court should add more judges, or college athletes should be paid. We also have fun or lighter topics because we need that in life. Usually in July's coming up, we have a patriotic theme. One of my favorites was Resolved, God Bless America, should be the national anthem. We also have fun holiday themes around Christmas, such as Santa should go on a diet, or Resolved, kids should be told the truth about Santa. As I mentioned, one of the great things we do learn in debate is debate either for or against. We always have for and then followed by an against. And today we're going to give you, the audience, an opportunity to decide what Tom and I are going to hold a mini debate on. So Sonny, if you'll show those topics, and if you'll choose your topic, and then Tom and I are going to debate that particular topic. And we don't know for or against yet either. And Sonny, if you'll and each speaker will have 2 to 3 minutes. Madam Timer, if you'll time us. 2 to 3 minutes. I'm looking for Marilyn. There she is.
She's got the red light on already.
I think she was timing just this section until you start your first debate or something.
I see red roses. I assume that was my red timer.
Yeah.
Sonny, do you have a count yet? Does everybody vote?
We have about half the people have voted. And it's a dead heat between the COVID question and the clothing optional question. I mean, literally, it's like one gets a vote and then the other one gets a vote.
Any late returns? Is this Florida?
All right. Resolved. California should designate clothing optional beaches. That's your topic.
Okay, and
Yeah.
Tom, do
Sonny,
you want to give your?
Sonny, you need to write, pick a number from 1 to 100. Is this the way we talked about it, Richard? She picks a number between
Yes.
1 and 100. I think each of us should write down a number, and whoever is closest to that number that she picked, and we'll show the number so that there's no question about whether we just, oh, I said I picked this. So I will write down a number and you write down a number. And after we show the number, Sonny can tell us what number she had, or whoever's closest to it is in favor of nude beaches. So I have my number written. Do you, Richard?
I do.
All right. There's my number, if you can see it.
Oh my gosh.
57.
57.
You both.
What's your number?
57.
57. Well, Tom,
Oh, no.
I will go under.
Well, no, let's just do another one.
Okay.
Make it bigger.
Wow. What are the chances of that?
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
I wrote 57 again.
63.
Oh,
And
Richard.
what is the
closest.
number, Sonny?
67.
What's that?
67.
67.
Closer.
Yes.
So he's closer.
And you're 63, so you're closest, so you're affirmative. I'm against those nude beaches, those sinful things. And you're first, I guess.
Okay.
By the way,
Thank
I just
you.
want to let the audience know that we've never left the meeting. Anybody ever got punched. We're all still friends.
Fellow Toastmasters, of course we should have clothing optional beaches. This is, after all, the 21st century. We see that society is becoming more tolerant all the time. As we get into June and July and August, it's a comfort factor. Wow, we go outside, it is hot outside. Imagine being able to take off our clothes amongst other people, of course, that are clothless. It's a comfort factor. It's also practical. A lot of people dress to impress, and unfortunately, it hinders people that maybe can't afford the nice clothes. So on natural, we're not judged based on, oh, are you GQ or not? No, it's beneath it all, we're all very, very much alike. So it really comes down to, this is becoming more and more acceptable. We do live in the 21st century. We're seeing that it's very common in Germany and other parts of Europe to have nude sunbathing. It's very acceptable, and it's coming to America, whether we like it or not. So it's been said that change is inevitable, and we're not talking about on the streets. We're talking about nude beaches, a place where it's safe, a safe harbor. There's protection. We're all look alike underneath the clothes. The clothes are just covering anyway. As we get into hot months, just think about going to nude beaches where you're not being judged. You could take off your clothes amongst fellow nudists and enjoy nature. That's where we came from, right? So yes, we do need clothing neutral beaches for those who just want to let their hair down and enjoy life and enjoy nature amongst other nudists. Mr. Toastmaster, Madam Topic, Toastmaster.
All right, Richard. I don't know where you must have been smoking something, because this whole idea of nakedness at the beach in front of all God and everybody, I think that's just kind of ridiculous. First of all, let's look at the economic factor. People make money. They make a lot of money selling bikinis and swimming suits. You're going to put those people out of business if all of a sudden the beaches are running around, you're not wearing anything. So I think that's a little bit ridiculous. And you really want to go to the beach with your children. And there's just people that won't go to the beach. And so the businesses at the beach will be losing all kinds of money and going under and having to file for unemployment and costing us taxpayers money, keeping those people employed, paying for their fact that they're not making any money and not paying taxes to go to the beach and spend money at the beach. So that's a little bit ridiculous. And some of us would go to the beach and we'd be embarrassed to display our shortcomings, so to speak, by going to the beach. And so that, I don't know, you said everybody's the same underneath those costs. Have you not ever gone to the gym when you were and taken a shower at the gym, Richard? You know that there is differences between one person and another. And certainly you open yourself to harassment and ridicule by not looking as good as the person next to you. So that's a little bit ridiculous. And he wants us to be like Europe. We're America. You know, we have American values and American standards. Just because somebody else is doing it doesn't make it right. We've never done this before, and it certainly doesn't make sense for us to do it now. And he said it's not in the streets, it's only at the beach. Listen, things start one place and they end up everywhere else. Before you know it, everybody will be walking naked. But it's legal to walk up and down the street in New York naked. And do we want to be like New York? I don't think so. I think we need to have some values and some standards in California, and it's a slippery slope. But a slippery slope to go down that, to start taking our clothes off at the beach, and who knows where it will lead from there. Mr. Toastmaster. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Tom. That's just a very small sample of what we do. We have a lot of fun. At the end of the day, though, we're still friends. We get along very well. Tom and I have known each other 20, 25 plus years. We have a lot of fun. And the great thing about it is you learn to talk. You may not always agree with what you're debating, but you learn to argue in such a way that you come across as very knowledgeable, at least 5 to 7 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Are there any questions about That's Debatable? Wait, we meet the third Sunday of every month from 6 to 8 p.m. When we are meeting in person, we met at Denny's Restaurant in Redlands, just off the 10. So we're easy to get to almost from anywhere in the district because we are just off the 10. But of course, right now we're meeting virtually from 6 to 8 p.m. the third Sundays of the month. And we are always open. We love having guests, and we also love having topics. So feel free to email Tom or me topic selections, as we do look at them very seriously. Any questions about That's Debatable? I would say, and I know Tom said the same thing, many times we have a debate topic, we wonder, well, I'm not sure about this one, but it amazes me how well they all come across. And sometimes you think, oh, we're not going to be able to find anybody to debate it. We regularly have 6 to 10 debaters.
Very often we do the propositions in the fall when there's propositions on the ballot. So it's good to become informed. I think we probably end up being more informed voters. And the line that I always like to use, and that is, the greatest mental exercise in the world is arguing the side of an issue you disagree with. And point fun at my own self, I remember taking the side of an issue I didn't agree with. And by the time I was through arguing it, I changed my mind. So I convinced myself that I was wrong. And I know that Michael, a member of that club, Michael Osher, always says he really prefers to get the side he doesn't agree with because it helps him to think about that.
We have a number of past leaders in our club, past district governors, district directors, a number of past international directors such as Greg Scott, myself. We also have current officers like our current international director, Karen Lucas, and her significant other, Mark Lucas, who's a region advisor. So a lot of leadership, current and past leaders. And I will close with one of my favorite quotes that I mentioned many times over the years, that I used to lose all my debates or arguments with my wife, but since joining That's Debatable, I now win at least 10 to 15% of our debates, arguments. So if you're tired of losing arguments with your spouse or significant other, you need That's Debatable. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Richard. I think it's a good idea to perhaps come and check out That's Debatable. You might want to take debate back to your regular club and give it a try at a meeting. It would be a fun variation from your week in and week out format of your meetings. Also, I think it's really good to remind us that there are issues or different sides to an issue, I should say, that everything isn't just black and white, that we can listen to one another and get different viewpoints, and maybe that'll carry forth into other areas of our interactions with one another.